Hello, my little mathematicians. Today, I'm going to help you get started on your homework, number 9, for the geometry unit of packing with unit cubes. So we have this three-dimensional shape right here, okay? And it says at the top that 3 students are given different sized rectangular prisms, okay? So these 3 different students with these 3 different rectangular prisms, and the same size unit cube, which is over here, this 1/4 by 1/4 by 1/4 unit cube. They want to use that to determine how many of these little cubes can fit in each of their rectangular prisms. So the first step is, can you find the volume of this little tiny cube that they were given? Okay, so always try to pause the video, try it yourself, and then unpause it and come back and see how you did. Okay, so you paused it, now you did it, you unpaused it, you're back with us. So for this little tiny guy, in order to find the volume, what do? You do length times width times height, right? Well, since it's a cube, we know the length is 1/4, the width is 1/4, and the height is 1/4. So the volume of that little tiny cube is what? Well, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. And on the bottom, 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So you have 164 cubic units because it's 1/4 unit, 1/4 unit, 1/4 unit. So you have 1 over 64 unit cubes for the volume of this little tiny box. You want to know how many of those can fit inside of this. Well, first I need to know the volume of this guy. So the formula, again, is the same, length times width times height. And we know that this length is what? Well, the length of this is 5/4. And what's its width? Also 5/4. And what's the height? Yeah, hopefully you saw it was 1/4. So on top, you have 5 times 5, which is 25, times 1, which is still 25. And on bottom, 4 times 4 times 4, well, 16 times 4 is 64. Double check to see if that can reduce. Only thing is 5 that can go into this, and that can't go into that. So nope, that's the cubic units for this rectangular prism. Now you want to know how many of these can fit inside of here. So we have the larger one divided by these smaller ones. Remember, when we divide by fractions, you do keep, change, flip. Okay, and then keep the first fraction the same, change division to multiplication, and flip that second fraction. Now these cancel and become 1, and then on top you have 25, and on the bottom you have 1. So 25 over 1 is just 25 cubes that can fit inside of that one. And that's it. That's all there is to it. You're going to do the same type of process for the next 2 problems. You got this. You're going to do great.